folks, welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the Summer Preview at Origins 2018. I'm here with AJ from
everyone.
Kolossal Games. What did you bring us today?
Well, we brought you a few things to go over.
Okay.
First one we wanted to start with is our second title from Kolossal.
Okay.
Kami-sama, one of course close to my heart as a designer, of course.
That's right.
But yeah, we finally have a really nice copy coming in. We got the shrines, which were an amazing stretch goal from our backers, where we have custom designs. We have an early look at the board. It's not the final product just yet, but the coloring, the art, you're getting to see what is going to be the final stuff.
Looks good.
This was a huge passion project for everyone in the team. We were happy to bring it to life. Like, oh yeah, our graphic designer really got to dig in and make this board just beautiful. We've been getting a lot of looks at the show today, just people coming by. I mean, it's such an eye-catching game.
It is.
It's going to be great to like get people of all ages to sit down and play this, just because the box, the art, and everything is so appealing.
Yeah, and you have like it's recessed, so the stuff doesn't float all over the board. It's really cool.
And that's what we wanted, because the board is going to be rotating, and during early prototypes, like your shrines, if you weren't careful, would just kind of fly off to the side. It's, we're not making a pottery wheel here. So I mean, of course, Scythe inspired all this, but a lot of games, but we had to do that little recess thing, so now you have the little shrines in there.
It's fantastic.
Makes it nice and comfy. I mean, hell, we picked it up and just kind of spun it around a little bit. Everything stays in place very nicely.
So what is gameplay like? What's like a typical turn?
So a typical turn, everybody has action points, depending on which year it is, and you're going to get a little bit more powerful over the years. But you're going to spend your action points on either your basic abilities, such as add or remove shrines to the board. And one unique thing about this is you are only working within your current village. So everybody needs to sit around the board. So I'll spend my action points and I'll work in the farming village from this position. And I'm trying to add my shrines into there. And then everybody has unique custom abilities. This is a highly asymmetrical game. We have 20 unique characters. Nobody plays like anybody else.
That's pretty cool.
That's what we love about the game. So I'll be working within my current village, trying to spend all my action points, add as many shrines as I can, and then the board is going to rotate. So all my actions that I just did are now going to the player on my left, and I'm going to be handling everything from the player on my right.
Very cool.
You really do need to think about the long-term and short-term to get the min-max benefit there.
What are the different powers like? I mean, or abilities of the characters? How do they differ?
So it depends on what element of nature that they're representing. So like the first one that we can see on top there is Hala, the harvest spirit. She does amazing in the fields or rice paddies on this board. So she's able to like add across villages or remove, just kind of like use a scythe kind of ability and cut down all of her opponents, as long as she removes herself from one of the fields. Right next to her, it's kind of covered up a little bit. We have the fear spirit. So she has, I don't know if you played Magic back in the day.
Back in the day, not recently.
But she has almost a kicker-like ability where she's generating her own resource, fear, that she gets from using special abilities. And then she'll spend that to kick a lot of her abilities and make them even more powerful. Again, this is not something you're going to see on any other Kami. Just like Hala had no extra resources and stuff like that. We go around and there's like a rage spirit here in the middle. People love this guy because he has a wonderful psychological game going on. Whenever you remove his shrines, he gets a little bit more powerful. So as the game goes on, people get afraid to remove him, but the game or the game board never resets, so things are getting a little bit more crowded. And now you've got to make that tough decision. Is now the right time to pick on this guy? Because I got to be careful when I'm doing it.
Kind of a Hulk thing going on.
And oh my God, we just love the thematics behind him, and that's how we approached a lot of these characters.
That's awesome. Okay, so when is this going to be available?
So this is going to be coming to the backers. Right now we're looking at September, October timeline. Everything right now is still running green with the factory.
That's good.
So yeah, it's just right now we're still working on getting Western Legends to everyone. So that's still the front runner. But yeah, the shrines and everything, that's still going full force.
Okay, great. And what else do you have for us here?
So the next one on the table, this is one we picked up late last year from the Pie Brothers. This is called Tears of London.
The artwork is amazing.
That is why we fell in love with it. And the amazing thing is that the artwork is actually done by one of the designers, Ryan Pye. Brad Pye kind of handles a lot of the design. Ryan's the artist, but of course weighs in on all that. And I love that he was able to really incorporate the design, the art into the design of the game as they were moving forward. I mean, this is all his layout, really streamlined for how they envision this nice little card game. This is a deck builder, kind of in the realm of Dominion, Star Realms, and a few others. However, the interesting thing is we have asymmetry in the characters that you choose at the beginning. Players are going to choose one of the 4 overlords here, such as Lilith, Azazel, Methuselah, Fenris, and that's going to give them a unique starting deck with these little characters. And then what you're trying to do is buy all these monsters and attack your opponent in normal deck builder fashion. However, instead of focusing on just one faction, such as like just plain green or just plain red, you're actually trying to hoard all of your monsters. So right here we have an undead monster with this little skull thing at the top. He is going to hoard with a beast. Here we are. On his left-hand side here. So we put this beast, and now we have a beast right here with this icon, and that's going to give the players a boost. So the beginning turns, you're like really just kind of slapping each other around for like 2 or 3 damage, and then all of a sudden you figure out hoarding, and you're just like 20 damage at once.
That's awesome.
The game just takes a huge turn, and I just love seeing those moments in the player's eyes.
That's pretty cool. That's great. And what are some of the different powers and things that can come up?
It goes all over the place.
And do they chain even more?
Yeah, it depends also on the faction. So like our spirits, I don't have a spirit out here at the moment, but like so we have like haunting. Most of the stuff in these deck builders gets wiped away at the end of each turn.
Of course.
Spirits, they have a haunt ability, allows them to stay around one extra turn.
That's cool.
We also have the beasts. These guys have like rage or the ability to heal, which goes well with their beast leader down there, Fenris. So they're like trying to heal back up a little bit, but and also deal out some heavy damage. But they don't have as much utility as some of the other factions. Of course, the undead, they just kind of fit in with everybody. Also have a little bit of card draw. It's kind of interesting to watch them. And mortals have one of my favorite abilities called Curse. Curse, you actually put the decision on the opponent how you're going to hurt them. Either they have to discard a card from hand or take 2 damage.
Oh, nice.
And as you know, in these kind of card games, if you're losing a card from your hand, that is a huge loss.
That's a huge loss, yeah.
So, but we put the decision on the player. So it's now, do I want to take that damage to my health? Be a little bit riskier. Can I make it up later on? Or should I go on ahead and take the loss now from the card?
Right.
So it just presents a whole bunch of little interesting decisions as you're playing the game.
Absolutely.
And you're encouraged to explore various factions instead of just kind of pigeonholing yourself. And I'm just doing this one thing.
Yeah,
and that's
like
why we love it. And again, the art.
It's amazing. That's definitely. And when is this going to be available?
So right now we are looking at the end of July for coming to Kickstarter.
That'll be great.
So there's going to be a lot of amazing stretch goals. We're working behind the scenes with the Pye brothers to make some amazing content for this game.
Well,
they're excited, we're excited.
Definitely, and I'm sure, I have a feeling this is going to be a Dice Tower preview.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Yep. So, okay, next up, what do we have?
So over here on the far left, right from their angle, Combo Fighter. So this one is actually our next Kickstarter.
Yes.
This is from Popmaker, the people behind London Dread.
Yeah, the artwork is you can tell.
Oh yes, I love this artwork.
I really like it too. Yeah.
It pops, and it's amazing because again we have the designers working, or the artists working in the design team. So a lot of the card art has actually been really designed towards making everything pop and giving the idea of what's happening within the game. So like we have an ice kick, which goes really well with the red faction because they're very strike heavy, whereas yellow, which is where you're evading, you're seeing there's not a lot of action on the character. So just some of those small details that weigh into the design and the art at the same time. That's why I love seeing artists being the designers.
Yeah, definitely. And this really, you're really trying to simulate that button mashing experience in a card game, right?
Yeah, so I mean the game is combo. So you're trying to go for that combo.
Yep.
And I believe you got to play the game.
I did get to play last night.
Yes.
So, and from the different combos that can come up, there's that first card that flips, right? That determines who wins that round.
Yes, kind of has that rock, paper, scissors feel.
It does.
It's like red, blue, yellow.
And then you can just bam, bam, bam. If you play every card in your hand, you can pull out a crazy combo. And then you have your specialty combos that do massive damage,
Oh my gosh, they're ridiculous. Yeah, I think Kira, our CEO, hit me for like 15 damage last night. It just knocked me out in almost one hit.
So yeah, I think it really does simulate that button mashing experience in a card game. And then you have like special powers or special abilities that trigger when certain things happen, right?
So yeah, I mean, every character has their own token, and this is another part that helps separate this from some of those little just instant little fighting games.
Right.
Is, yeah, your character will grow over the game, depending on what they're doing. Such as Snow here, like she has the ability, her red cards gain extra initiative, and once a certain target is met, she's going to flip over and gain a bonus to more cards. Whereas other people may go in reverse.
Yeah, like somebody has a staff that breaks?
Yes, Grace Lee.
Yes,
she breaks her staff. I mean, it's like 10 points of damage.
Right, but it busts it in half or whatever,
and all of her cards are now -1 damage. Anything with a staff, I should say.
Anything with a staff, right.
Yeah, which is noted on her cards.
Yeah.
But I was also playing somebody from Japan the other day. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she deals 0 damage. What she has to do is like rotate or win a fight 4 times in a row.
Oh.
So she's just like trying to combo into that. If she does, she wins the game.
She wins the game, period. Wow.
Yeah, she's kind of doing this Tai Chi, like turning their strength back on
I see.
them.
That makes sense.
Is the idea behind it.
That's interesting. So the base game is going to come with what, 4?
So there's going to be a few different options.
Okay.
You can buy just the Versus pack.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get anything else, no stretch goals, but it's going to be $15, I believe is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
If you just want to see what Combo Fighter is about.
Right.
If you want to go up and like actually see everything, then we're going to have another goal where there is 4 characters and all the stretch goals.
Okay.
And then there's the all-in pack where you're going to get all 8 of the fighters. So everything is coming out and any stretch goals that we unlock along the way.
Cool.
And we have some fun stuff planned for these guys because Plot Maker Studios, they know what they're doing with games. They're really excited to be working on this with us.
Well, that's great. Well, you know, this is definitely in my queue to be the next Dice Tower preview from you guys. So I'll be working on this next week, so definitely keep an eye out for that as well. So AJ, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
And folks, stay tuned for more coverage from Origins 2018. Thanks for joining us.